everyone, and welcome to today's video. My name is Dr. Ray. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. I wanted to answer a question, and this is a question, honestly, I got asked a really long time ago. And I actually went to look at this food, and then I tried to get the information and couldn't find it, and so I just happened to be able to get the information to do this review, and that is a really long intro. And the food that I am talking about is Members Mark Exceed chicken and rice recipe. And so we're gonna review that today. For those of you that are new, my name is Dr. Ray. I am a small animal general practitioner, and I have this channel where I try to demystify pet food. I try to not make it frustrating because there are things that truly are stressful, regarding our pets and in our pets' everyday life, and I don't think that food should be one of them. It should be something that you feel really confident about, and it is one of the very few things that you do have control over. And so I want you to be able to understand your decision, and I don't want things like marketing to cloud that judgment. And so to help you do that and make things simpler, I've come up with this pet food scoring system. We're gonna assign some points to things, and these tips or these parameters can be applied across the board to all foods. And so you can use this on canned food, you can use it on semi-moist food, you can use it on cat food, you can use it on dog food, and it's a really simple way just to keep you focused and not be stressed. And so we're gonna do Members Mark today. You can follow around with this scorecard. And the place that I had to find the information was not by emailing Sam's Club or Members Mark, because the customer service people there had no idea what I was talking about. Where you actually need to go is Amazon. So I think it's very funny that a Sam's Club food, and for those of you that are not familiar with Sam's Club, it is like a big warehouse store where you can buy things in bulk, and they sell pet food there. And so I think it's odd that you can buy it on Amazon, but apparently you can. And so we're going to go through the package, and we're going to use the PSS system, and then we're going to see how it stacks up on a score from 1 to 10. I do not know how it stacks up. I just made sure the information was there, and then I reviewed these things with you to show you how easy and simple it is, and that you can do it too. So here is the package. The front of the package, I'll point out, maybe a couple little marketing things on there. The front of the package is not really going to have a whole lot there that is going to be important to us. So you can see it's a chicken and rice recipe. The word recipe, I'll pop up what that means. It does have a definition when they use that word recipe. It has a specific meaning, and so they just don't put it on there willy-nilly. It does have a meaning, and most of us don't know what it is. In fact, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I will put it on the screen here to show you guys that. It is food for dogs, and then real chicken is a #1 ingredient. And so every time I see that, I don't even know what fake chicken would be. I don't even know what fake chicken would be, but it has real chicken in there, so don't worry about that. It has no byproduct and no meals, no wheat, no soy, no corn in them. It is a big 35-pound bag. So as you can see, nothing on there is really jumping out or very important. All the information we need is nicely situated, however, on the back of the package. And so we're gonna jump down here right to the important stuff, and that's the guaranteed analysis. Now, why was I calling the company? I wanted to avoid this minimum and maximum business. I wanted exact numbers, and I wanted information on a dry matter basis. As you can see, the moisture here is 12%. And so the standards are on a dry matter basis with that moisture removed. Now we can convert this to a dry matter basis, and if the food's pretty close, we may do that at the end. But if things are really far off and the points aren't getting 7 above, it may not be even worth looking into that further, doing all the conversions and pulling our hair out calling the company. And so we're just going to go ahead and use these for now, and then we can dive in at the end a little bit deeper if necessary. The metabolizable energy is listed right there under the guaranteed analysis, and that's important. It needs to be close to or below 4,000. This one it's 3,478. That accounts for the energy density of the food. So it is not fair to compare a food that's super energy dense, where maybe these nutrients on a percentage are going to be super high, to a food that is moderately dense. And so the definition for that, or the standards that we're using, are 4,000. Now the standards come from a textbook called Small Animal Clinical Nutrition. The reason I use that is one of the only textbooks books that does actually list optimal parameters and the research behind those parameters. And also, it's free to you, and so it's in the description box, free link, full text, pictures, beautiful stuff, and so go check that out. But that's where these numbers come from. And then this also is telling us how many kcals per cup, which we will need for the feeding analysis, feeding guide analysis, as we go through the PSS system. And so let's see if I can pull this up and pull the chart up at the same time. All right, got this situated here. Oh my gosh, no I don't. Let me get my life situated. Here we go. All right, so protein for the adult dog, we want to be between 15 and 30 ideally. This is at 28, and so I think we're going to be okay even without converting that. It's appropriate in the reference range. Fat at 14, we want it between 10 and 20, so again, right in the middle, I think we're going to be okay. Fiber at 4% is fine. We just want it at less than 5, so far we're up to 3 points. And then we get into the minerals, and this is just always where I find that we have some issues. So calcium at 1% is right at the top of the reference range. Phosphorus at 0.8% is right at top of the reference range, and so we may need to do a little bit of a dry matter conversion, because you will see when we remove that moisture, it is going to probably pop these values above where we want them, but I will do that and I will pop the numbers in. But just based on this as fed, this is looking at a very good food, and they are getting 5 points so far on the guaranteed analysis. Let me do that conversion really quick. And if you want to learn how to convert things to a dry matter basis, you can check out that video. I do have a video on that. Very helpful to, if you want to get into a little bit more precise. So we got 12% moisture. Do a little dimensional analysis here. 100 minus 12, x. Yeah, so that brings up our calcium to 1.13, and it's going to bring our phosphorus to 0.9. So you can see why that dry matter basis is important. So at first we thought, okay, yeah, that's great, they're going to get 5 points, but in reality, when you convert that to a dry matter basis, which is what the standards are on, they actually are going to lose those 2 points. And so, I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, but Dr. Ray, it's only 0.13 off. Well, in veterinary medicine, little tiny differences in calcium and phosphorus are very, very, very important. And so that's one thing. The other thing is it's on a percentage basis. And so it depends on the amount that is in there, because it is a percentage. So, 0.1% of 100 is a lot bigger. So 0.1% of 100 is 10 versus 0.1% of 10 is 1. And so you can see the difference there. And so little bits of percentages do make a difference. And so that's why I think it's important to try to get that on a dry matter basis if you can, because just using the guaranteed analysis can be a little bit deceiving. So we're gonna only give them 3 points there, because they had the misfortune of me feeling like calculating that today. But I do think it's important, and you should too. And so if you have the chance to do that, go ahead and do that conversion. If you need help with that conversion, I'm sure your vet would be happy, or you just really have to dig and ask the company to provide it for you. Let's go on to the ingredient list. So they said only real chicken, and so I guess only real chicken would include chicken and chicken meal, because it is real chicken. So chicken meal, some people don't like it. They say it's processed. It is processed. It's processed in a way so it's easily handleable, and it helps keep the cost of food down. It's very nutrient rich, and so yes, it is processed, but it is still real chicken. And so they're going to get 2 points here. It's not grain free and it's not raw. Why do we not want grain free and raw? Because for the general population, that is not appropriate. It may be appropriate for your specific pet, but that is not the scope of this video. That is a conversation to have with your personal vet, with whom your pet is actually personally acquainted with. So that's why we give 2 points for that on the PSS system. And let's get into, where's that AFCO statement? We need to find that. It's going to be here somewhere. Regularly visit to your veterinarian to recommend and ensure your pet's health. Yeah, that's important. Oh, there it is, the AFCO statement. It's so small. It's almost the very smallest thing on the entire package. There's only one thing that is smaller. And it's talking about the feeding guide. All right, so Members Mark Exceed Chicken and Rice recipe is formulated, so they'll lose a point there. It was not feeding child, to meet the nutritional levels established by AFCO for adult maintenance. So they are going to get a point there. So we are up to 4 points. No, excuse me, with the ingredient list, we are up to 6 points. And so if this feeding trial is right, this is going to bring this up to 7, which to me means that it is potentially a very good option for a lot of people, especially if you are near a Sam's Club. But apparently you can get it on Amazon, so even if you don't know anything about Sam's Club, this might be a good option. So let's see if we can't bring this up to a 7 with the feeding guide. Okay. So 10 to 25 pounds, they're saying 10 to 20, yes, so 10 to 25 pounds, they're saying give 1/4 to 1 cup. Each cup contained 321 kcals. So I'm gonna assume that the 1 cup is gonna be for that 25-pound dog. So 321 kcals. I'll write that here. Okay, so in order to do this feeding guide, we need to calculate our pet's resting energy requirement. Normally I use 20 because it's easy and we use it all the time, but they do not have that perfectly packaged here. And so we're gonna go ahead and use 10 today. You can use this chart. Yeah, you don't have to calculate it, but if you want to calculate it, you can check out that resting energy requirement video for a detailed explanation. But basically you take the weight in kilograms, so you do need to convert pounds to kilograms. And then you take that to the 0.75 exponent, and then you multiply it by 70. So for a 10-pound dog, we need somewhere around 217 kcals per day minimum. It can go up to 1.6 times that, so 348. And so what that means is this food actually is telling us the correct amount to feed on the energy requirement. So that's going to be a 7. I'm really happy with this. I think this is a great option. Let's see if it's an affordable option. I don't know if you get it at Sam's, if there's gonna be a little bit of a discount. So if you feed this food and you get it at Sam's, give us an idea, or maybe I can hop over to the Sam's website and see what it costs on, on the Sam's website. I knew that you can get it shipped, so that, that might be an option. So $90 for a 35-pound bag, $2.57 a pound. Okay, so that was the Members Mark or Exceed Chicken and Rice formula dog food. It is scoring a 7 on the pet food scoring system, which is, I think, an excellent score, which makes it a very good option for $2.57 a pound. And if you guys are interested in other foods that may be in that 7 to 10 range, you can check out the playlists that I have linked, in the playlist section. So I have those, broken down for you guys on, I think, 7, 8, 9s, and 10s, and then 6 and below. So feel free to check that out. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, all the things, share, comment, do all the fun stuff, and we will hang out again real soon. Please be sure to let me know what you think I should review next.